I think Thomas Tuchel's, really big goal will be to try and sort out the misfiring players. That'll be huge. There's a lot's been, it's been the main talk of Chelsea, how Timo Werner's on an 11-game league goal drought. I think Kai Havertz on the same number of games in the league as well. They've only scored against Morecambe in recent times, and the defence as well. Lampard, he's not kept it tight at the back at all. So really, it needs a whole rethink, really a revamp. But I think that ultimately, people will fall behind Tuchel. I think what he has to do is understand the culture of the club, try and embed himself, try and learn about English football. But not only that, but actually really listen to Chelsea fans, reach out. It's important at Chelsea to see that and see that passion. I think he does have that. But you do that while bringing the results, then you're on to a winner at Chelsea, really.
Of course, Thomas Tuchel is he's a good manager with the players. He had a good relationship with him. Thiago Silva was his captain, his leader. About the character, I think the Chelsea fan will like him a lot. He had a big character. He want to win all the time. The most important for him is to have a good relationship with the other people in the club. When he was in PSG, it was very difficult for Thomas Tuchel with the other people, with Leonardo, the sporting director, before with Antonio Henrique, the former sporting director. For example, last summer during the transfer window, Thomas Tuchel wanted one central defender. Leonardo recruits a midfield, Danilo Pereira. And after that, we saw Thomas Tuchel play with Danilo Pereira as a central defender and Marquinhos in the midfield. And Leonardo was angry a lot. It was very, very, very difficult for Thomas Tuchel since several months for his staff. And it was not a surprise to see him sacked during the last winter.
I'd say he's certainly a more mature coach than Frank Lampard was. If you talk to a lot of people or players that were coached by him, even before Dortmund, but also Dortmund players back then, they always speak positive about him. So his training is very strenuous for the mind, for the head, and he demands a lot. But it turns out that players become better under him. He's able to indulge the individualists on the team in his overall concept. So of course, he changed this overall concept a little bit in Paris when he had a player like Neymar, but still he was able to embed him in his overall approach. So I would think it won't take a long time to see Chelsea play like a Thomas Tuchel team, even though it's a big thing for him because he never took over a team right during the season without having a preseason. So this will be a new challenge for him, definitely.
Tactically, the Chelsea fan could see a lot of chance for a match. He can play, as I said, with 3 defenders, 4 defenders, 5 defenders. In the end with PSG, he played with 5 defenders. The fan was not very happy because, as I said, it was not very spectacular for the fans, for the PSG fans. But the most important for him is the result.
A lot will be made that he's German, and he's Chelsea's first German manager, which is pretty cool. But Chelsea's dressing room has got, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, which is obvious. And I think that the board were a bit worried with Frank Lampard that those 2 players were going to look like flops, turn into a Fernando Torres and Andrei Shevchenko, or even a Kepa Arrizabalaga situation for a more recent example. Even more so than that, I mean, there's Antonio Rudiger, same nationality. There's also Christian Pulisic, who was increasingly poor before Lampard was sacked. And he's another player Chelsea really need to kickstart and get going again. And he worked with Tuchel in Dortmund. So that's part of it, really. That's why he was chosen, is that those relationships, plus the winning mentality, plus he's available, all that works. And I'll be interested to see who he goes for as well in the summer. I feel like, he's well connected to a lot of great players. So in terms of recruitment, Lampard was really good at convincing players to join Chelsea. He was a good salesman for the club. I think Tuchel will be similar as well. So he ticks a lot of boxes. It'll be interesting to see him. And let's just, wrap up with the fact that German managers simply are in vogue. I mean, you're looking at the top clubs across Europe. You got obviously Bayern Munich, but then you're looking at Jurgen Klopp, Ralf Hasenhüttl, Austrian, but came through the Bundesliga. Loads of wonderful stories. Nagelsmann's stock is so high. German management is influencing football in a huge way through the counter-pressing systems and all that. So Chelsea can have a bit of that coming to Stamford Bridge.